Have you ever looked at a construction company and wondered what separates the ones that thrive for decades from the ones that just disappear after a few years? Well, you're in the right place. Today, we're going to lay out a clear blueprint for building a business that is truly designed to last. Let's jump right in.
Okay, so what we're doing here is pulling from the absolute best. We're looking at the final, crucial chapter of Paul Netcher's super practical guide. Essentially, we're boiling down years and years of hard-won experience into the core principles you absolutely need to know.
First things first, before we can even talk about building a company up, we have to get real about why so many come crumbling down. Look, the construction industry, it is not for the faint of heart. It's a high-stakes game where the consequences of failure are incredibly real.
And we're not just talking about numbers on a spreadsheet here. As Netcher points out, the stakes are deeply, deeply personal. When a company goes under, it's not just a business closing. It creates this devastating ripple effect. People lose their jobs, suppliers don't get paid, and clients are left high and dry with unfinished projects.
It all sounds a bit grim, I know, but here's the most important thing to remember. A lot of these failures, they're totally preventable. Success isn't about just hoping you don't run into trouble. It's about building a company so solid that it can weather any storm that comes its way. So how do we build that foundation?
So what does a solid foundation actually look like? Well, according to Netcher, it's not some secret formula or a lucky break. It really comes down to having a strong, deliberate structure that's built on 4 absolutely essential pillars.
Think about it this way. You've got to master your projects, which means you're bidding smart and you're always managing risk. Then you have to invest in your people, because let's be honest, you're nothing without a great team. Of course, you have to focus on profit, and that's all about keeping your costs in check. And finally, you have to plan for smart, sustainable growth, not just growing bigger for the sake of it.
Okay, so getting those 4 pillars right is crucial. But, there is one golden rule, one thing that you absolutely cannot ignore. It's kind of like the keystone in an arch. It's the one piece that holds the entire thing together.
And that one thing is cash flow. Now, it is so easy to get this mixed up with profit, but they are not the same thing at all. Profit is what it says on paper. Cash flow, that's the actual real money in your bank account that you use to pay your staff, your suppliers, to keep the lights on. It is literally the lifeblood of your business.
And here is a distinction that you have to get straight. An unprofitable project, yeah, that can definitely hurt your company, for sure. But negative cash flow, that will destroy it. You can survive taking a loss on a job, but you absolutely cannot survive running out of cash to pay your bills. It's simple. When the cash runs out, the business is over.
Netcher just hits the nail on the head here, and it's so important. Negative cash flow can destroy a company quicker than an unprofitable project will. That's it. That's why protecting your cash flow has to be, without a doubt, your #1 priority.
All right, we've talked about the risks, we've gone through the pillars, and we've hammered home the golden rule. So now, let's put it all together into a simple, actionable blueprint you can use to guide your own company.
So here it is, the whole shebang. Your blueprint for success. It all starts by acknowledging the risk, knowing what's at stake, but also knowing it's preventable. Then you get to work, building up your 4 pillars, mastering projects, people, profit, and growth. And through all of that, you protect that keystone, your cash flow, like your life depends on it. Because it does. You do that, and you build a company that's tough, that's resilient, one that can't be taken down by one bad project or one difficult client.
So, we'll leave you with this one question to really think about. Take a hard look at your own business, at your own operation. Is it truly built on a foundation that's designed to handle the tough times? Is it actually designed to last?
Here at Alpha Constructions, we know that a successful company is never, ever an accident. It's always built with intention, with discipline, and with a solid blueprint.